All right, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel here. We're going to do a little bit of an MXDN wrap-up here, as well as, I guess, maybe just one or two pieces of news that's kind of broke here since MXDN. Now, I know I could have jumped on here and made an immediate reactions thought video there. It's off-season. I've got a ton of stuff to do here because we don't get very many weeks where we don't have much going on. And I kind of wanted to listen to some of the interviews and stuff because obviously I wasn't at the actual track watching the race. I was just watching it through the app. So I want to kind of listen to some of the interviews, some of the wrap-up shows, and kind of get some of the vibes from the race there so that I could kind of see where my thoughts were, where other people's thoughts were, and kind of see if I was justified in some of my thoughts here. Before we get started, just want to thank all the sponsors that make this possible for the 2025 season here as we round that out. Presenting the show, Rev X Products, Max Power. Make sure to go check them out and add Max Power to your next oil change. Thanks to Complete Racing Solutions and Coach Rob there. If you are not a pussy and you want to join Coach Rob's Elite Series team, I believe that's still going on. We might have supposed to be changing ad reads now. I'm not sure. If you need to lose weight, you don't want to be a fat fuck anymore, you would like to go fast, go check out Coach Rob and the team over at Complete Racing Solutions. They can help you with all your nutrition and fitness needs there off the bike. Thanks to Holster Co. and Mike and Roxy over there for supplying us, helping us out with all our stuff that goes boom, boom, bang, bang, pow, pow. Go check them out. There's going to be links in the description below for all these things. Thanks to Worx. Thanks to Flo Racing for all your small bore bike needs there. If you got kids, Flo Racing is definitely a place to hit up. Thanks to Alias MX, trying to work my way into some of that LE gear that just got dropped this past weekend at their ride day. Thanks to Dep Creative Co., who will get me some graphics here coming up for next season. And then thanks to NANO XTREME for the NANO XTREME painful takes of the entire season, mostly by Justin. But that's a whole nother story. Anyway, let's jump into this here. So MXON, obviously, I made a video about Saturday. Saturday went pretty well. Sunday, I feel for the team that we fielded and put on the track due to injuries and everything else that was happening, did about as good as they possibly effing could have without... I mean, you got RJ, you got Eli, who from the sounds of it, both were kind of like, dude, we ain't really got a shot against Australia here unless something happens. They were both really real. In fact, Eli said to RJ on the podium, from what I understand, like, dude, the Australians been beating us all year. And that's 100% true. Like, Jet and Hunter have been waxing these guys all year. We're still on an American track. Like, barring something crazy happening or Kyle Webster just completely shitting the bed, which he didn't, wasn't much that I think we really could have done. Learning now that RJ came in with an actual injury, a little rib injury, and basically didn't really want to ride, but didn't really have a choice in his mind. So you had that. Justin Cooper on a 250 for less than a week. Okay, I thought Justin Cooper rode absolutely fantastic for the amount of time he had on that 250. Would Deegan have done better? Maybe, but what does Deegan do? Top 5 both motos? Like, I don't see it. I don't see it like improving our standings per se. Might he have done better than J. Coop? Sure. Would it have improved our standings? No. Just because RJ or Eli would have had to have beaten Jet or Hunter, like both motos, right? Eli rode out of his mind Sunday. Eli was great. RJ, for what he come to find out he was dealing with, absolutely fantastic ride too. Can't complain. RJ did finally go RJ. Then you find out what he's dealing with, and it's like, okay, well, it kind of makes sense. But this is the first time on the 450 we've really seen RJ do RJ things. And yeah, and so to get second overall, I mean, you can't complain. Australia winning, again, shout out to Kyle Webster for, I guess he's supposed to have a kid here like any day now. So to come over here and do this when his wife could literally have their first child, like, or his fiance, wife, whatever, his lady is about to have their first child. I mean, shout out to that guy too, because that's just absolutely phenomenal to come do that. And shout out to her for allowing him to come do that. That That's a big thing. That's a really big thing. The Belgium team, yes, the one with the Koonens, right? Belgium. Forgive me if I get some of these countries and teams wrong. The team with the Koonens, which I believe is the Belgium team, they, I believe, have a good chance of making a go at this here against the Australians. Australia, I think, is going to be good for years to come here, barring something happening to Jet and Hunter. But Belgium is going to, especially if these Koonens can smooth out, is going to put up a fight for sure. So that'll be interesting to watch. And the U.S. can always get in there. I mean, it's a weird race. Now, outside of that, Shimoda on a 450 absolutely looked great. Can't wait to see him actually on a 450 full time. Let's see here. What else do we have? Man, there wasn't a whole lot. Kai DeWolf did what we kind of thought he was going to do. It would have been interesting to see him and Deegan battle. From what I've heard through all the interviews I've watched, this was kind of a 450 track. So I'm not sure even if Deegs would have showed up, if Deegs would have done what we all kind of were maybe hoping to see Deegs do, which would be to win a moto on a 250. Everybody said that the track really lent itself to 450s. And we can talk about track prep here too, right? That track prep looked like dog water. From all the interviews I've heard and everything, most people were like, that track prep. I mean, Cairoli literally said, hey, we need to go back and think about what the hell we're doing here. Maybe just start completely over. So my understanding is that there is a guy in charge of track prep for MXGP. And this is one of the problems I have. I'm going to go on a bit of a Holster Co. reload rant here with this stuff. This is one of the problems I have with this event, right? Even when we're in America, we're making the American track more GP, right? Like the prep is different. We always are having to change the start because they never like our starts. There's all sorts of things to it that it's just like, okay, then it's just a GP race. Like even if you have it here, like this is just a GP race. There's nothing about this where it's not like the GP guys are coming over. And in fact, most of them were pissed because they were really excited to ride Ironman. Loamy dirt, really, really picturesque track there. And then of course it just all got kerfuffled because the prep was just shit. And it's not the US guys, it's everybody talking about how shit the prep was. And it looked like shit. It looked hard. There was dust. And again, I don't mind a little dust, but it was dusty, especially late in the day Sunday. And like, I don't understand the whole, we're not going to prep between Saturday and Sunday. Why? What is the point? Like, I don't know. To me, it's all strange. You want to keep your top athletes out there. The sport's dangerous already. It's dangerous by the end of the day already. And then you're going to throw in the fact that you don't prep it. I mean, I feel this way with the GPs too. Like as much time as those guys spend on the track and they don't prep between Saturday and Sunday, I think it's utterly ridiculous. It's absolutely utterly ridiculous. Not quite as ridiculous here as the fact they don't pay these guys anything to do this fucking race. That's real ridiculous, but that's a whole nother story. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. The track prep was a miss. I don't know what happened at Redbud in 18 or 22, but that track prep was also different. And again, we're trying to get Tim Ritchie on, and I'll ask him about it. He probably will tell me the same thing he's told everybody else, but he will ask about it. Or I will ask about it if we get him on. So yeah, so that's I mean, I don't really have a lot of other thoughts about Des Nations. I mean, it was Des Nations, dude. And again, at the end of the day, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Doesn't effing matter. Nobody got a pay raise for it. Nobody solidified a ride this year for it. Nobody in 5 years will care outside of Australia 1. I mean, you go back to you, and I understand for some of these guys, you look at like a Lewis Phillips or something like that. For some of these guys, this is like their whole year is Des Nations. Like they are obsessed with this race, and like I get it, to the point of it's cool to see all these guys ride together. Like, that's cool. But outside of that, yeah. And then, like, we're kind of in this point here where a lot of them have all ridden together. There's not a lot of new blood. Like, the Coonan brothers are kind of new blood. Obviously, what Australia is doing is kind of new, but the rest of it is kind of just, been there, done that type stuff. You know, I mean, obviously, if Deegan does it, that'll be interesting to see. I have my doubts about him doing it, period, but we'll see. So anyway, yeah, a couple of newsworthy notes here too. And again, I'm gonna do, or at least try to do, some more of these short form videos like this. So if you guys like these, please make sure to comment down below. Like I said, me and Seth are still doing some brainstorming and starting early stages of working on some more content for the members as we go through. I'm going to try to do some Thirsty Thursdays here throughout the off season. So if you are a member and you want to have a bit of a more intimate, like, one-on-one conversation with me where you know for sure I'll answer it, go join the members area, B-Class Bench Racers. It's $5 a month. Don't be a cheap fuck about it. And you can, like I said, when I do the Thirsty Thursdays, and like during the season, we do them almost every Thursday. Off season here, it's going to be a little bit more sporadic, but we'll do Thursday nights. I do a live, and in the chat, you guys can ask questions, and I answer everybody's questions. So, David's been in there a lot. Ralph's been in there a lot. A few of the other guys have also been in there. And like I said, if you ask a question, that's the best way to get to me, to ask a question, to make sure I see it and answer it. Yeah, so a couple of news, and we'll have more news drops. We'll have more really short news drop videos here as we go along. So first off, Jason Anderson, the first, I guess, silly season announcement here actually dropped yesterday. What's today? Today's Wednesday. Dropped Tuesday, that he is officially on a Hep Suzuki for World Supercross as well as going forward here. Cool to see him back on a Suzuki there. We'll see how this goes. How will it go? I don't really know for sure when we get into actual season. We'll get to see a little sneak preview, like I said, with WSX. But the that dropped, and again, we all kind of knew that's what was happening anyway, so that dropped. That's cool. The Tomac news hasn't dropped yet. It's kind of one of the worst kept secrets out there too, kind of like Chase going to Kawasaki or whatever. However, Tomac's mechanic was on Pulp on Tuesday night, last night, was on Pulp, confirmed that Jelly, his mechanic, Tomac's mechanic, is moving over to Hep Suzuki to work with Jason, and then basically kind of dropped it that, like, yeah, they tried with KTM, but there was already staff and they were going to have to move stuff. So basically the Tomac's went in there and tried to take Jelly with them, but just couldn't. So basically confirmed that Tomac's going to KTM with that little news drop there. And then the only when we get a drop, we'll talk some more about that. The only other thing here I've been kind of hearing is that Prado did finally get out of his Kawasaki deal here. I'm not exactly sure what all the details are. I haven't seen details on that yet, but he is out of the deal from what they've been saying now for the last couple days. So, I would look for an announcement sometime soon. Now, the interesting thing is like, when I started doing this show, whatever it was, 2017, 8 years ago, 9 years ago now. When I started doing this show 9 years ago, when you would get to off season, pretty much when you hit October 1st, you would get posts from everybody. Oh, thanks to the team, blah, 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 whatever. You would then immediately get a post of excited to announce I'm with so-and-so now. And that was basically all within like the first week, right? Of everything changing. Now everybody wants to get that news cycle. So they drop them all separately. So I don't really know. I've heard a couple people kind of ramble through like, oh, Chase is going to be this day. Eli's going to be this day. So-and-so is going to be this day. Like, I've kind of heard that. I guess another one that's dropped is Dylan Ferrandis. There was somebody or something either he posted or somebody else posted him riding a Ducati already, which no surprise, we all knew that. So yeah, so there will be subsequent days here where we will see things drop. And like I said, I'm going to do my best here to jump on and do short little 5-minute videos. Hopefully you guys like them here. I'm just, like I said, I'm just going to kind of try some more of this than what we've already done. But yeah, so that's basically it for, I guess, the news right now. We've got a little bit of a break here between Destinations. The next thing, I don't know when World Supercross starts, but you basically got WSX. Obviously, I'll jump on and do some videos here, and then you've got what's it called too? Paris Supercross is going to happen. So we've got that also. And then we've got a few other things here in the off season that we will cover. But like I said, it's going to be kind of sporadic. So I want to thank you all for joining me. If you guys do enjoy these shorter videos, make sure to comment down below your thoughts on that kind of stuff. And let me know what you thought of Destinations. Is it a big deal for you? Because for me, honestly, anymore, it's just not. It's just not. It's not. So, it's controversial. Take of the day. Thanks all for watching. See y'all on the next one.